Alright guys, so this is my first wrestling event part 2. I had to do 2 parts because for some reason it won't let me show the video and the pictures that I have. So this is part 2. I just want to read some of the card that was on there because they had a really good card that night. So there was Kurt Angle defeating Hardcore Holly. There was Jeff Hardy that won the lightweight title from Jerry Lynn. Kane defeated X-Pac with Albert and Just Incredible. Dudley's defeated Dean Malenko and Perry Saturn with Terry Runnels. Edge defeated Christian that night. Benoit and Jericho. It says we're supposed to defeat APA, but that night it almost looked like it was. I remember Big Show, and I'm pretty sure it was Rhino there, and I have a picture that kind of shows that. So I don't know. They might have messed up this one here. Anyway, then the last match was a WWF Tag Team title match between Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit defeating Steve Austin and Vince. So yeah, later that night. Alright, so later on that night, as we were taking pictures, I went down there again to take pictures with my dad. He had me on his shoulders, and there's this guy with his foot out in the aisle, and I guess his foot was broken or something. My dad accidentally stepped on his foot, not seeing it, and kind of stumbled a little bit, and so I went to go grab onto my dad so I didn't fall, and I dropped the camera, and it broke. Luckily, we got some pictures out of it, though. My mom was able to get pictures of Stone Cold walking around the ring. You can kind of see on the ring post the Smoking Skull Championship that he had. He came back out after the show to kind of chew some people out because I guess somebody threw a beer bottle at him during the show. And then also there's a fight that broke out like earlier that day too, so there's some kind of stuff happening. But yeah, so he came out, kind of lectured some of the crowd, and then my dad, when we were going down there, he kept like trying to coax me into like, oh yeah, you should just go, jump in the ring or whatever. I'm like, no way, you crazy? He's like, oh, they're not gonna do anything to a kid. And then when we got outside, we were waiting for the limos to come out, and then he was like trying to like coax me into like sneaking back in the gate. And he's like, yeah, just go back there, tell me Mark Calloway's kid. I'm like, they're gonna know I'm lying. And he's like, oh, you never know. And so he's just being funny and telling me to do stuff like that. And then I actually did try to sneak in through the gate. One lady was coming out, and then she was like, oh yeah, bye, see you later, to the guard or whatever. And I'm like, yep, see you later. And I started walking, and he kind of grabbed me by my jacket or sweatshirt or whatever I had, and kind of pulled me back or whatever, and just kind of laughed. But yeah, it was a pretty fun day. That, like I said, that was my very first time going to a live wrestling event, and that was over 20 years ago now. So it's pretty crazy. I didn't think that I would actually find footage of that, but it's pretty cool that it did. So I thought I would share that with you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for checking this out. And here, I'll actually show you guys the extra stuff that I took. Okay, so this is a picture of Kane tossing X-Pac. This is one that I took, I think, before I hopped on the chairs and went and took the other pictures. This is a tag team match that I said that might have been switched around because it looks like Rhino and Big Show versus Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. And finally we have Stone Cold that came out and talked to everybody after the show had gone off the air. You can see the belt up there.